Where better to start our road trip than at the landmark that is a daily reminder of the climate change threat. Built to guard against rising sea levels and storm surges, the Thames Barrier. Its huge gates that lift up out of the riverbed protect almost 1.5 million people across lower lying parts of the capital. This one of the biggest flood defences in the world.
And there's another parallel tunnel.
We've been given rare access behind the scenes and below the riverbed. Cameras aren't normally allowed down here. Steve runs the engineering team for the Environment Agency here. He told me although the barrier is only 40 years old, talk is already turning to its replacement.
We do know that climate change exists. We do know that sea level rise is happening now, and we're having to deal with that both now and into the future. I think going forwards, the barrier will be used more and more often until it's used so much that we won't be able to carry out the maintenance activities that we need to do, and that's when the barrier will become untenable.
So by 2070, there could be a new, bigger barrier further downstream. Experts advising on those plans say we must prepare and adapt now.
The Thames Barrier on average closes about 3 or 4 times a year. But what we're finding is with sea level rise and climate change, the barriers are having to close more and more frequently. We can't stop sea level rise, but we can slow it down. And so what we do now will make a difference, but it's going to be over hundreds of years.
In our climate-friendly electric car, we head from London to Norfolk. Future weather patterns are predicted to bring more storms and dangerous seas. Here in Happisburgh, they know the cost of coastal erosion. Homes lost to the sea and roads falling off a cliff.
We're at the forefront in terms of what is going to happen. We're the harbinger for what climate change will create. And at the moment, we are ignored.
On the beach, we meet Bryony, sitting pretty much where her house used to be. Her white bungalow among those lost to a storm surge here back in 2013.
The shattering sight and the house just hanging there and the realisation I was going to lose it. Global warming around the world, if we don't all act together, we're not going to get anywhere. And here is a microcosm of that if we don't all act together here, we're not going to even save this bit.
Individual scenes in a bigger picture as the focus turns to the climate summit and decisions to be made. Peter Lane, 5 News.